Faithless Looting is it Charm. We'll just kind of let our Flame Blade Adepts get there, but I don't know if that's gonna be effective enough. I think this hand's fine, so we're gonna keep. It would help if we want a dice roll. There's a lot of Leyline of the Void and Relic and Progenitus and things like that floating around. Leyline of the Void and Rest in Peace are hard to beat. Relic is okay. We can play around that a little bit. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and take damage. We're going to Serum Visions. We need another land. And we're looking for, or we have our living in. So we literally have all of our pieces besides just turn 3 having a target for Karazev's expertise. So we're going to go put on top, put on top. Alright, yeah, that works. I guess we should have put it the other way because we wanted a Cathartic Reunion next turn. Oh, so Affinity Hardened Scales. That'll be actually pretty interesting. Yeah, I should have put that in the backwards order. That's a mistake. Oh, and I can't Iona like anything of relevance. I can Iona green. We're going to go and play the Talaria West and cycle the Striped Riverwinder. So we have to keep in mind with Karazev's expertise that if we put it on something that can sacrifice itself, that we won't get... that it'll fizzle when they sack it. So we have to keep an eye out for that. So like Arcbound Ravager and Walking Ballista aren't the best targets. Yeah, like that guy, not a good target. Now, if they play a Hangerback Walker, the synergy of Hangerback Walker living in is pretty sweet. It's interesting not to do that first, but I guess sacrifices Welding Jar doesn't save. Cycle this because they're done with their turn. Remain's pretty good here. I want to go ahead and set up for the big play. So we're going to actually, because, you know, that's why we're here. Have fun. So we're going to go Cathartic Union, discarding Iona and Dragon Lord Kolaghan. We're going to cycle... Oh, nope, cancel. We're going to cycle this Street Wraith. That'll let us play this Hollow one. It's coming up great. Cast this Hollow one. And then play this Scalding Tarn. This is perfect. I'll say that this deck is sweet, if nothing else. This deck is awesome. We're at 20. So we don't have a one-hit kill, unfortunately. Depending on how many blockers they lead back, we could be pretty close to it. Oh, they're going to get aggressive. If they play a Hardened Scales, that could be really bad. If they, like, drew the Hardened Scales right now. Dude, I swear to God, Matt, like, I'm still trying to heal emotionally. Get out of here with that. We're going to try to block this Arcbound Ravager, because Arcbound Ravager versus Living End is a really awkward interaction. So I want to make sure that I can try to set up to make that awkward for them. Okay, so I have to sacrifice something else. Okay. That's fine. Man, no. Luckily, it's a regular rare, thankfully. But I really hate that card. All right, so Assassin's Trophy, I feel like, is just really lazy design for a clean answer. Like, the card is insanely powerful. My first thought was like, oh, I can't wait to play with this deck. Until I realized everybody gets to play with this deck, and nobody has to do any work to make the deck good. So, like, that's not what I want to be playing, is where everybody gets to play this ridiculous card that has no real opportunity cost. Alright, so we want to target this Steel Overseer. Mostly because we can't target Arcbound Raptor, otherwise they just sack it. And then we don't get our living end. Assassin's Trophy is great. It's amazing. But, oh wait, no, they still sack. Oh, that doesn't, what am I thinking? They still sack. That's dumb. So I gotta get this Arcbound Raptor off the board. I guess that means blocking with my Hollow One was wrong. I didn't even think that through. But it can blow up a basic land, I guess, right? Zombie Hunt? Oh, that was stupid. So we need to get Hollow One into play and get another way to cast this card. Oh, that was really dumb of me. 6, 7, 8. Ugh. We're real close to dead. Should not have blocked with Hollow One the combat before. Alright, so draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. A Street Wraith could help here. I don't know if Cathartic Reunion is going to be good enough to get it done. I don't think it is. Man, we punted this game. We had this game. So we discard Steam Vents and Remand. Play Polluted Delta. Cast Cathartic Reunion, I guess, because we're really just trying to weather one more attack. But, I mean, he can just get us with Arcbound Ravager. I guess we make them do it. We threw the game. Like, we had this one won. It's unfortunate. We discard Living End. I guess we should have kept that Polluted Delta in hand also. Living End, because we got to get this Hollow One at play. Cycle Street Wraith. Cycle Street Wraith. And then kill ourselves. Alright. So, yeah, we were focused on the Arcbound Ravager. We didn't think of the fact we couldn't target the Arcbound Ravager. This matchup, we want these Lightning Bolts. They do get outclassed fairly quickly, but we still want them in our as an option, and these Ionas are pretty worthless. So we're going to play this. So we actually had that game won, but for the same reason I knew I couldn't target Arcbound Ravager, I didn't think about the fact I couldn't target anything else. The set looks phenomenal. I'm really excited about the set already. Favorite mechanic, as I was saying earlier, is definitely Surveil. I think that mechanic's awesome. And I want to play as many Surveil cards as possible in my limited decks and in my constructed decks. I think Surveil is notably better than Scry. Look at the top card, you either leave it on top or you put it in your graveyard. Way better than sending a card to the bottom of your deck. Very rarely can you like manipulate your deck and actually make anything happen with the bottom of your deck. So by putting it in your graveyard, it's actually, for a lot of decks, an extension of your hand. So far, I've liked it. I would like to see more ways to abuse as Foretold and carry Zev's expertise, maybe with balances or ancestral visions. But I don't think it's actually necessary either. The card has the ability to kind of do a lot of value play for you over the course of the game as is, and then it has like this combo element. But I don't know if I love the sideboard plan. Is I think the only thing that I'm kind of getting hung up on. I get the sideboard plan is probably really good against mid-range decks. It's probably good against Tron. It's probably fairly good against blue-white. And like there's Jund decks and Marty Pyromancers. But against a lot of the broken lists, I feel slightly slower than they are. And I would love to have some sideboard options. Like I really think... Elish Norn would be insane for the aggro decks. And maybe it's just we don't need Terrastin. Maybe we just want Elish Norn. Yeah, I want to go first. Alright. This hand looks fine, so we're going to keep this hand. We get to remand a turn 2 play to cycle. We get to do this Faithless Looting business. If we can hit a Street Wraith, we can go double hollowed one right now, and that's pretty strong. In case we want to pitch this land, we want to go on fetch for a dual land. Yeah, we'll go 2-2. Come on, Street Wraith. Dang it! Maybe that was greedy. Could have played one hollow one next turn, but... we're going to get rid of... We need 3 lands. I don't want to have to dig for lands, so we're actually going to get rid of one of the hollow ones. So we're going to leave open... Oh, Ancient Stirrings. Does this list from Ancient Stirrings? I guess it does. I guess that makes sense. It's a little bit slower than a traditional Affinity. See what they get. I think the speed of this matchup is actually pretty decent. If they don't have an Arcbound Ravager, like, the best play is to carry Zevs their Hangerback Walker and then play the Living In, because then you get the Thopters. So that's where you want to be at. Well, there's the carry Zevs. Alright, so we've got the option to remain whatever they play. Exactly. I'm not going to play a spicy list like this and not take swings for the home run. Yeah, whatever this is, we're probably remanding it. 110%, we don't want you to play that card. Bounce it, draw a card. Remand's so bad against traditional Affinity, but really good against this deck. Everything's 2 mana. Well, that's not what we wanted to see. Well, the upside is we have 2 lands to discard to this Faithless Looting. We're going to flashback pretty soon. The question is, did they bring in Enchantment Hate? Well, I would guess not if they tap both their forests. So there's the Living In, but we need some stuff in the graveyard. Alright, so let's flashback this Faithless Looting. Discard a Faithless Looting and an Island. So we can play this other Faithless Looting. Stevens, yes. And we're just going to discard... Oh, wait. No, I mean, 1 drop, 1 mana. If we get a 1 drop, we can play that. Discard Spybluff Canal. Carry Zev's Expertise. Cycle Street Wraith. So next turn we actually get to do all... Oh, wait. Do we want to... No, so next turn we actually want to flashback Faithless Looting, discarding these 2 guys, and then play Living In. So we're not going to play this hollow one out of hand. We actually probably should have that. Yeah, we know they have Hangerback Walker, so we should have kept the carry Zev's Expertise in hand and discarded hollow one. Because the next turn we could actually carry Zev's Expertise and take his Hangerback Walker that he's going to play. So that would have been the better option. Oh, that's fine. Okay, inactivate. That's fine. It's going to have a big reset. Alright. Oh, that's unfortunate because we want to get rid of both these guys. Actually, no, we'll still be able to cast one because we're going to discard 2 cards. So we'll cast the other one. So we want to discard Dragonlord Kolgan and Hollow one. And then we're going to cast with As Foretold. Our dudes are going to have Hasty, which is a nice. Yep. This is the right play. So if you're playing Affinity against any Living Land kind of list, you want to sack things to Arcbound Ravager, because then you're going to get them back and then sack Arcbound Ravager to itself. And then this way you're able to regain your board state. But he's going to get it back minus a Steel Overseer trigger. Okay, then we're going to cast this guy for 1. Alright, so we've already used our As Foretold. So the question here, if we swing out, he's taking 6 going to 13. So he has to block 1. So he can block with Arcbound Worker. And then how much damage are we taking back? Or how much do we need to do to get him to 6? So the flying next turn is lethal. Because I don't want to die to like Hardened Scales, activate Steel Overseer, sack a bunch of things to Arcbound Ravager. So we're taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't think we can die next turn. Especially because he has to block. So if he blocks one of these guys, he's taking 4, 8, 3, 11. So he's going to 2. Yeah, I think we just Alpha Strike. He has to block 1. He can block 1 and survive. But I don't think he can crack back with lethal. Because if he had a Hardened Scales, he's had multiple opportunities to play it. So he's going to be able to block with Arcbound Worker, sacrifice it to Arcbound Ravager, and then next turn if he plays a Hardened Scales and uses a mana to activate Blink Moth Nexus, and he activates Steel Overseer, and he sacrifices an artifact, it's going to be close. We might be dead to a Hardened Scales. He's definitely blocking with Worker. We might die to Hardened Scales, but let's see if they block correctly. He hasn't had Hardened Scales yet, so we're putting him on 1 out of 12 cards is an out. Less than 10%. So we're just really pushing our opponent to have to draw the right card, assuming they make the right block anyway. Because if he gets a Hardened Scales, he plays Hardened Scales, activates Blink Moth Nexus. It would have helped if he had taken a little more damage off the Horizon Canopy. Okay. Oh yeah, you're right. Thank you. Good call. Gotta remember As Foretold's every turn. So yeah. We are going to cast Is It Charm. We're going to cast Is It Charm when he goes to... This is target creature, 2 damage target creature. So if he goes to activate Blink Moth Nexus, we can cast Is It Charm on Steel Overseer. And that should be fine. Because he won't be able to get counters there. Or if he plays a Hardened Scales, we can go to shoot Steel Overseer. And that should be enough to negate the damage of a Hardened Scales. Walking Ballista. We're going to go ahead and shoot this. Wait, cancel. We have to go down to the As Foretold option. Shoot the Steel Overseer. And if he sacrifices Welding Jar to regenerate it, it taps it. So that's not an option. So activate Blink Moth Nexus. Put counters. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he could take us to 2. Or take us to 1 with the sacrifice of this guy. 5, 8. Ooh, are we dead to Walking Ballista? That was probably wrong. We probably should let that resolve and then shot Walking Ballista. No, that's Blink Moth, not Ink Moth. So we're not dead to poison. But I think we're dead whenever he sacks everything to Arcbound Ravager and then sacks Arcbound Ravager to move the counters to Walking Ballista. Yeah, that was a mistake. So what we needed to do, we got locked in on killing Stu Overseer. We needed to shoot Blink Moth when he goes to combat. Or shoot Walking Ballista when he goes to combat. Yeah, because he's going to be able to 7 us. Jeez, this deck has so many interactions. It's insane. Yeah. Unfortunate.
If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. It helps out a lot. Also, don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with all of our uploads. You can follow us on these platforms here at MTG Tech. And finally, a big shout out to Terry Ledford for his generous Patreon donation. If you would like to become a patron for MTG Tech, please click the link down below. It is not necessary, but it helps us out quite a bit. Thank you for watching the video, and we will see you all again soon.